Hello, welcome to Let's Talk About It. Somebody's got to say it. I'm your girl Lavonda, and thank you for tuning in to episode 12. Locked in. Today, I want to help somebody figure out where you are. I want to talk about some things that my pastor talked about, as well as some things that dropped in my spirit. Sitting out here at the park and got a little breeze going on, so gotta make sure my stuff don't blow away. So anyway, it's time to lock in. It's time to lock in seriously. It's time for you to understand the three dimensions. The three dimensions. You have the discovery stage, where you may be in a position where you're trying to figure out who you are, what you're dealing with, and why do you keep repeating the same cycles. And one thing I learned is that you cannot skip the discovery phase, because you have to know who you are before you can go to the next level. Our apostle said something so profound yesterday that makes a lot of sense of why people can't lock into who they really are, because they're still in the discovery phase. And what I mean by that is, for example, I'm going to use the analogy that he used on yesterday. Just say a young man at the age of 12 likes a little girl, and he gets hurt by her. He's holding on to that hurt and rejection without even realizing it, and takes it on up into his teenage years, being afraid of rejection. So therefore, he won't know how to treat anybody else, because he's afraid of rejection. And a lot of times we don't understand that we go through things for a reason. And until we learn how to grow past what we're dealing with and going through, we'll never be able to lock into who we really are. Things that have affected us as children can roll over into your adulthood, and you will not be healed from it. And you'll still hold people at bay, or still trying to figure out how to deal with it. But once you discover who you are and what you've been through and how to be healed from it, and stop holding on to things that hurt you, or generational curses. It's like a lot of young girls out here now walk around with pajamas, house shoes, and bonnets on. You know why? Because that's all they see. And if that's all they see, then they'll never get a chance to understand who they are, because they're living off by what they saw. Because they had no one to teach them how to go out in public in the appropriate manner, or how to go out looking like a young lady, or how to dress like a young lady. So they're stuck in a holding pattern, trying to discover who they are because of what they saw. This is why it's so important as adults or mentors to be locked in and know who you are, so we can help them come out and transition out of the discovery phase. Because God can't use you and open up doors if you want to get stuck. But then sometimes people try to go straight past discovering and knowing who they really are, and jump into the developmental stage. You can't be developed into who you are until you go through your discovery phase and find out who you are. And once you do that, then you can go to the developmental stage where God can develop you into who He wants you to be and who you're destined to be. Then you can begin to lock in on the things that you are called and gifted to do. To be an entrepreneur, to be a nurse, to be a doctor, to be a lawyer, to be whoever you want to be. Because guess what? You will know who you are, and you won't let the thoughts and opinions of other people hold you in the discovery stage. Because then you are able to develop into who you want to be and who you're called to be. Because at that point, the opinions of other people won't even matter. You'll be so unbothered. And that's the thing that you have to get past. People. You have to get over people. Stop letting what other people think of you affect who you become. Because when people seeing that you're growing and changing, don't worry about what they're talking about. Because if they're really for you, if they're really a ride or die, they're going to promote you in your growth. They're not going to try to dumb you down or talk about you changing and all that. They'll be locked in for the growth. Your growth can cause somebody else to develop into who they are becoming. Because see, God can't deploy who He have not developed. You can't be deployed, which is the third thing, into where you're going if you haven't discovered who you are, if you haven't allowed yourself to be developed. Because once you went through those two phases, then guess what? God can deploy you. Because at that point, He can trust you with what He has for you. Because if God can't trust you with the little bit that He gives you, He definitely can't trust you with a lot. So it's time to lock in. Lock in. Life is changing so fast. And the world is not going to stop moving. So it's time to lock in. Lock in. Allow God to show you and help you discover who you are. So that you can develop into who you are. So that you can be deployed and be successful. It is time to lock in. You don't stay locked in with the wrong people, the wrong crowd, the naysayers. Lock in with people who can help you grow to where you're trying to grow, where God is developing you to. I say it so often. Life is short. People are dying all around us. Things are happening so quick. It's time to lock in so who you can be, who you're called to be. And stop trying to fit in where you were created to stand out. Come on. Lock in for the win. So you can see all the greatness that's within you. You all have a terrific Tuesday. And thank you all for tuning in to Let's Talk About It. Somebody's got to say it. I'm your girl, Lavonda. And I hope somebody takes this to heart and lock in for the win. God loves you, and I love you too. Enjoy the rest of your day.